Hey guys, Hydra Hut here, and this is Dark Stars Rising by Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. This is by Venditti, Parson, Albert, Ferreira, Wright. So the main reason I started reading this was because EVS did the interiors of the start of this arc, and then he did a bunch of covers. He also did the interiors on I think 4 issues in, or 5 issues in. What I was thinking was going to be the middle, but now that he's no longer with DC, I don't know if he's going to be on this comic anymore. Venditti's doing a good. I'm pretty sure that guy's name's Venditti. Is it really spelled Venditti? Anyway, the writer's doing a good job. I like the story. I'm probably going to stick with it until the story's over with. Dig Green Lanterns, but Hal Jordan is what really got me into the Green Lantern, so that's another reason why I picked this up. I've reviewed a lot of the other ones, so I'm just going to give you a quick opinion on it first before I jump into anything. So I think the story is still staying good. This one in particular, I really liked a few of the subplot aspects. I absolutely hate this big-brained Sinestro guy. But, yeah, it's staying good. If you don't like this guy on Green Lanterns, which a lot of people don't, then I completely understand you not getting into this. Myself, though, I'm rather new to the Green Lanterns. Hal Jordan Rebirth is what got me into it, so I don't really have any preconceptions on what to expect. So for the most part, I don't mind this guy at all yet. But yeah, and the art, it stays nice and consistent, which is good. But I mean, with DC, you pretty much rely on some pretty solid art staying there. So, yeah, in short, I do recommend this. If you haven't been reading it, you should. It's worth it, and it's still only $2.99. DC hasn't raised their price to $3.99 just yet. And maybe that's not happening until next year, but like last month, they were making it sound like it was going to be right around the corner. I guess it could be waiting until the fourth quarter too. Anyway, so now I'm going to go ahead and start ruining the insides. So if you're all trying to to save yourself from any spoilers, then dip out now, because I'm about to spoil the shit out of this. So this issue picks up pretty much where the last one left off, and that is with Hal Jordan and Hammond. God damn it, why there's always people? Alright, sorry to disappear like that. Back now, I kind of forgot where I was. Just one of the many joys of working in town is you constantly have people walking by your car and coming up to bullshit with you when you're in the middle of something. So, like I was saying, this pretty much picks up where the last one left off. That is with Hal and Hector Hammond, who is this big-headed Sinestro guy. I am really not sure how he became him, but he's basically the big brain of the universe. And we pretty much start off with Hal having no idea who he is anymore. And Hector Hammond is basically telling him that Hector's his friend, Hal is just some dude. Hector brought him here so that he could be safe while Hector kills off all of the bad guys in the universe. And while that's happening, we jump back to see Guy and, why do I always forget this guy's name? Arc? Yeah, Arc. This big-ass yellow lantern. So they were basically trying to team up earlier, and then Guy agreed to take on the Dark Star suit. And now him and Arc are battling it out, and Arc is giving him basically a man-to-man talk about Guy's beliefs in the Green Lantern Corps. What Guy is trying to do is murder his father, because his father was an alcoholic who used to beat him up. And this part of the story actually really bugged me, because I was like, man, this just doesn't seem like Guy at all. And it was really annoying me, and I mean, everybody's got some sort of issue with some parent or other, and daddy issues are nothing new, and it just seemed like a really asinine reason to kill somebody. See, like even right now, just got back started, and some dickbag pulls up right beside my car just so they can turn around in our parking lot. Like there isn't 1,000 fucking places for you to do that, you shithead. Sorry. Oh fuck, where was I? Anyway, I wasn't really liking this. The back and forth between Arc and Guy was fantastic, but then you find out, well, you don't really find out. Guy basically goes full willpower, blows his suit apart, and we get this nice little green line around his bubble box, which is helping to indicate that he's now a Green Lantern again. I thought that was kind of cool. But it turns out that he accepted the suit to get an idea of what it was like, and it was just constant funneled thoughts from every Dark Star straight into his brain, and just basically like a great big hive mind mob mentality thing. So as he puts it, it turned his hatred of his dad up to 11. So him and Ark are basically talking about that. The dad is trying to like say something to him, and guy just keeps putting him off. Finally flies away, and the dad looks up at him as he's leaving and is like, "I'm proud of you, son." And that was a really big moment that guy unfortunately had to miss out on because he was busy. We then find Kyle in the cabbie back at Fourth World, where Orion busts him out of jail, gets him out of there so they can go back to trying to fight. And then that's when we go back to the main island, or to Hector Hammond and the Green Lantern, and Hal Jordan. And this part was pretty cool. Hector is basically trying to wipe Hal's mind, but there's a voice inside Hal's head. It's got green bubbles to kind of indicate that it's his ring. And we start learning a little bit more about Hal, if you're not familiar with him, like the fact that he forged his own ring out of his own pure willpower. And this is actually the planet he did it on, which is why he brought Hector here, because he knew Hector was going to try and warp his mind, and knew the planet would back him up. After he comes out of it, realizes who he is and who he was, he calls out Hector, and he's just like, I was just testing you to make sure you're really a hero as you say you are. And everybody's okay. I thought that was really stupid. Hal Jordan should have beat that fat-headed fucker the hell up. But then we join Space Sector 0, the sentient planet Mogo. We're basically watching the defenses get set up right up until... Do you know people still have speakers in their backpacks? Oh, that fad stopped in like 2006, but this fat Joel is certainly rocking it. Anyway, the Dark Stars finally surround planet Mogo, and I believe next issue we're going to get some serious battles. Sorry this is such a splotchy review. I'll try and do better next time. Thanks for watching. Hail Hydra, baby. Thank you.